God damn. Drizzy Drake in the building. Man. Welcome to this special episode of episode 20 of Often Beats. We are 20% of the way there to episode 100. Your boy's been putting in work. This is a very special occasion. Where did the boyfriend take his Australian girlfriend to have a personal talk while they were over at his mom's house? Where did the boyfriend take his Australian girlfriend to have a personal talk while they were at his mom's house? Well, he took her out back. He took her out back. Yes, he took his Australian girlfriend out back. I probably should stop explaining these jokes because that probably means they're not great. But I love explaining things for no fucking reason. Now, in today's episode, I want to talk about something that I literally just thought of tonight. I don't know if someone likes to get too philosophical, theological, because I think, obviously there's merit to philosophy and shit like that, but I don't think I'm the guy that should really be spreading philosophies or should be the one making you think for no fucking reason. I really don't think I'm the messenger for that. Do I think a lot? Do I have a lot in my mind? Do I have a lot of different theories? Do I have a lot of beliefs in certain things? Of course. But I was thinking about, God, I'm about to sound like a fucking woman right now. And that's not an insult, but typically women are the ones that think about destiny. I was thinking, are we really destined to end up where we are? To where we will be? Where we currently are and where we will be? Are we just destined to be there? Or do circumstances really lead us to where we will be? Or do when we come out of the womb, who we become is already decided? When God creates us, He already has in His notepad, this person's going to be an engineer, this person's going to be a delivery driver, this person's going to be an entrepreneur, this person is going to be a professional baseball player, this person is going to be a sex worker, this person is going to work in rub-a-tub, this person is going to do mass shootings and fuck up his life, this person will go to jail, this one will be self-inflicting. Do I think God creates us like that? No. I do not. And I think most reasonable people probably would agree with that. I think most people would agree that we are destined to be where a combination of gifts that God has made us, and do we take advantage of those gifts? And then hard work obviously factors in, and circumstances. But do we truly have full power? Do we truly have full gauge on what we become? Or is that already decided and we just end up farting our way there? Or do we just end up nillying along and we will end up where we end up no matter what? Does God have it where He gives us a range where we can be? His potential will only be here, but His floor may only be here. So He will end up probably somewhere in between. He will not go lower than this in terms of success, but He won't go higher than this. And some people, there's a higher variance. Like, this dude's boom or bust. He's either going to be fucking Joe Rogan, hundreds of millions of fucking dollars, or he's going to be that wannabe Joe Rogan doing YouTube videos in his apartment. Not much middle ground. Is that already decided for us? how much control do we really have of our lives? Obviously, we have control whether we stay alive, we take care of ourselves, we make good decisions. We don't drive on roads where there's drunk drivers behind that gets drunk off four locos and hits the back of your car 4 fucking times and then ends up taking up someone else's complete bumper. Or do we try to justify, say, you know what, God chose me to be that guy that just kept getting rammed in the back of his car by some drunk fucking driver while he's working. God chose me because he knew I would handle it well. He picked me to just get my car hit randomly by some inconsiderate asshole. He picked me because he knew what he created. He knew I was built different. Roll my eyes at that. It's the most overused fucking term today. Because what if he would have put someone else who freaks out in adversity? They get hit. They start freaking out at the table. They start freaking out when they're on a 2-lane road. There's nothing but ditches. So if you freak out, you're going to go in a fucking ditch. But no, he chose me because I'm calm and collective. Was I angry? Fucking yelling? Of course. But I couldn't do fucking nothing about it. There was a car in front of me. Blind road. I didn't want to get fucking hit by a car. This fucking drunk driver just kept on boom, boom. But it's one thing I learned. My car can really take it from behind really well. But I digress. But maybe he chose me to be able to take that and then not overreact and to keep things in perspective, because a lot of people would have freaked out. After that, they would have been traumatized. They would have been shaken. Was I pissed off? Of course I was. I was calm. And you say, oh, well, God chose you, right? My question is, if God's gonna go there, if he's gonna, alright, choose who's gonna handle this adversity, why didn't he do his job or take care of us by making sure this guy's vehicle didn't work to begin with? By making sure he did God's plan to take care of him so he didn't put us people in danger. Why didn't he make sure that that person that was drunk somehow didn't set up a scenario where he got caught before he was driving on the roads and fucking just slamming people from behind? I think it's a fair question. Guy's like, no, Clint, you fuck up the back of your car just because you're one of mine. And by the way, this isn't an anti-God rant. I'm not anti-God or nothing. But I do think it's interesting that why is it always God chooses the victims, right? Like we use the term that God had a plan for him. It was his time to go. It was her time to go. Even though some person died in a drunk car accident. Someone died by a drunk driver. I don't think God designed that person to be killed, right? I think reality is God has no control of what we do on this earth. He puts us on this earth. He gives us opportunity to make something. But he's not gonna save you when you fuck up. And again, this isn't anti-religion, but when I hear people religion, sometimes it can get very, God will take care of it all. It's really hard to tell that to someone who lost, let's just say someone who lost their daughter at 24 years old because some drunk driver took her out. Or some person that got roofied a drug and they died. Or someone that got carjacked and got strangled and thrown into a lake. It's really hard to justify that was God's plan. But is it destiny? Did he put us on this earth and he already knows what day we're going to die? Or he puts us on this earth And we choose our sentence more times than not. More times than not, people don't take care of themselves, so they may die at an early age. We take care of ourselves, you'll live longer. Those freak accidents, those things that happen in life that you can't really control most of the time. Is that God's plan? To put that trauma on a family? Is it destiny? Does he purposely destine the people that certain people need to deal with more pain in life than others? This family needs to deal with more pain than this family. Because I know this will make these people better over time. These people don't really need it. They don't need the extra pain to have a better life perspective. I think it begs to be questioned. Obviously, I don't have the answers. I'm not God. That's why I don't like to get philosophical, because realizing when I look back at this, I'm probably gonna sound like a dude's talking out of his ass, and that's 90% true. But the 10% I think that does stand out to me is that we do have more control of our life than we think we do. We're not going to be saved from anything else but from each other. God put us on this earth to learn how to love and take care of each other and protect. And yet, for some reason, it seems that's what we struggle with most. We have a lot of self-interest, but not enough interest in ourselves. And on that note, it's poem time. This one is called Sick Little Games. She wanted Applebee's. I wanted Chili's. I won this one. So far I'm winning. But then she wanted guacamole. I wanted cheese dip. I won this one as well. Your boy's on a roll. I wanted a pitcher of Coors. She wanted salted margaritas. She won that one. Of course, I let her have the margaritas. No problem. She wanted to order the most expensive baby back ribs they have. Like hers, a full rack. I didn't want her to do that. It's safe to say, she won that one. She wanted to substitute her fries with the side order of guacamole and chips. That's an extra $3 charge. So I really didn't want her to do that. She most definitely won that one. Taking a lot of L's here. I wanted to get the bill after the meal and call it a night. She wanted to order another order of ribs just because she's still hungry. She is still winning. She wanted some cake. I did as well. Just when we got home. Let's just say I didn't get to have my cake and eat it too. Damn Clint. It's fair to say tonight was a huge L. Should have just fucking went to Applebee's. Remember, this poem is like my rant. Are we destined? Was I destined to go to Chili's and get completely fucked over? But I could have made the choice and went to Applebee's. Moral of the story is, make better choices.